Today we're going to talk about adding a conditional object to a form on a database table in Alpha software. First, of course, you need a table. I have one. I created it called Contacts. Has all the typical stuff in it that you would expect in a contact table. And I started a form, but it's blank, basically. Now there it is. In order to add a conditional object to this form, you need to take and find it in your toolbox, which is over here on the right. Now, your toolbox, when you go into design mode, may not display. If it doesn't, click on Task List, and you'll see the different things that you can display on a screen right here. All you have to do is click on it, and it'll show up. Now, before I put the conditional object on there, I want to take and create a frame so that we can make the form look nice. So let's click on Frame. We come over here and we draw it out. And we're going to make it kind of big. And we're going to use a style frame. Call it Contacts. If I could spell correctly, that would be great. There you go. Alright. Now, there you go. We have a nice dark modern contact frame. Now, in order to take and add the conditional object, we're going to need 1, the object, and 2, a variable which will work as a watch variable for controlling that object. So let's create the variable first. So we click on Forms in the menu, go to Variables, and then we're going to type one in. So we'll call it v condition value. And we're going to make it numeric. We do that by putting an equals and putting the number value to it. That automatically takes and sets it to numeric for you. It's very simple. Okay, once it's in, now that will show up in our drag drop list over here under variables. So we're going to drag that over to our frame. We're going to drop it in. Now when you drag stuff over, unless you change it in your settings box, it will automatically group those items. I'm going to ungroup them because I don't really need the label. Alright, and that's gone. On the conditional object, we're going to take and give it 2 property values. One will be business and the other will be personal. In order to do that, we right click and go to properties. We change our type to radio button. Then choices show up. So our choices are going to be user defined, and we're going to start with personal, which we're going to give a value of 0, and business, which we're going to give a value of 1. Okay? Now that's it. Now we can change the way that looks, and I always like the indented diamond style. I think that looks better. So we're going to select that. There you go. Now our background is white and our frame is white, and that's kind of ugly, so we're going to change the background properties and set that to a different look. So we want backdrop, and we're going to take and change it to bottom right, and we're going to set our colors to dark red, and we'll make this white. There you go. And it kind of gives it some depth. Okay, now for our conditional object, we're going to drag that over from here, and again it's in our toolbox list. There it is right there, and I'm going to take and place it on the form. Okay, right now it only has one layer, which is a default. So we're going to add layers to it. Okay, so we can give it a label. We'll call it, well, first I've got to create the condition, sorry. So we come over here, we select our variable. We're going to make it a session. Condition variable. We're going to equals 0. Okay? Now we give that a label and we call it personal. Alright, and we can copy this, range it, right click, copy, click on new condition, right click, paste, and change that 0 to a 1 and make the label business. And there you go. We now have a conditional object. So when we take and click on our lookup, our properties now say personal, business, and default. So we're going to start with personal, and we're going to add some fields to it. So we come over here to our drag drop list, and here's our information. So we have first name. Holding down shift, I can click all the files in sequence, or I can hold down control and click an ad hoc list of files that I want. There you go. So now I'm going to drag those over to our form. There you go. Now we want to take and add some business fields to our form. So I switch over to business. You notice the personal information went away. And I come down here and I select company name, doing business as, and then we want to go down a little further and get our billing address, city, state, zip. And there they are. Okay, so let's save our form. Now all we have to do is, on change of our variable, we need to refresh our object, which is called condition 2. So we're going to click on here and we're going to go to events, on change, and we're going to use create it using XBasic. So now our form is called contact entry. So if we start typing that, C-O-N-T, contact entry, it shows up. Backspace and get rid of the dot and put a colon. Now we can see our objects. There's condition 2, and a period allows us to take and set our methods. RE, and there is refresh, and we're ready to go. Save it. We go back to contact entry. We save it. And there you go. It's on business. If I click on personal, there's my personal information. There's my business information. Now there's a lot more you can do to jazz up the screen, but that's basically it. It's very simple, and it's a powerful tool for managing real estate on your form. I hope you guys will give it a try. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.